So actually, I got a question.
Go on.
For Quins, and this isn't me trying to get insight.
What's your game plan?
Yeah. No. But do you guys feel like you guys are focusing more on yourself going into the semi because you guys haven't been there in a while, or do you guys feel like you're focusing more on us, like on Sarries?
I would say I'm not going to say this without giving too much away. Essentially, it's our detail to tidy up.
Yeah.
And like, we know what Sarries bring. I definitely know what Saracens bring, especially when it comes to semi-finals, finals rugby. They're just a dogged team that don't stop till the final whistle. If we play to our strengths, I think, in the cleanest way that we can and execute the best we can, there's every way that we can win. But that's if we focus on our processes first and foremost.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you can't go into any game focusing too much on another team because it's who shows up on the day. Obviously, you look at this game, Quins have beat Sarries once, Sarries have been beaten Quins once. I think it's good to have an idea of what a semi-final brings and what also playing a semi-final away brings, especially at your guys' grounds. There's going to be fireworks, there's going to be like you guys running out with a black and red smoke going everywhere. And as long as you can almost expect that and then focus on yourself, whatever happens is going to happen. And whatever we did at the start of the season, something was working, but now we need to tighten up a little bit more, focus more on the execution, and then whatever happens. Uno reverse. Are you focusing more on us or are you focusing on yourself?
How do I answer this, Jess? What are we doing? I mean, I'm a forward, you guys are a back. We do different things, let's be honest.
I think we probably are focusing on ourselves as well. Like, even though we did score 66 points against Sale, we did let...
rub it in.
No, but we let them also score 12 points and they probably were quite easy 12 points. So like, we did make some mistakes in that game and we've made some mistakes in games prior to that as well. So I think just because we have had some wins going into the semi-final doesn't mean that we're also perfect, I don't think. And I think, I personally think if you're going into a game thinking about the opposition has already won.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they've already like one up to you. They've put that pressure, they put that expectation there. Then they're in your head. Like,
but
go on.
Like, as we talk about like semi-final knockout rounds and stuff, this is where like the competition is its highest. And like, that is where execution comes in from like knowing your structure and also like studying, for example, in my world, like the lineouts and like how you're going to defend the lineout. So like, I agree, you have to focus on your team and the conversations that we just had like yesterday and Monday with the forwards. It's like we're kind of evolving and like, I wouldn't say like adapting by any means, but like we're playing to the players that we have, like international players and like stuff like that. So it's not just like doing the things that we're good at, it's like doing it better.
Yeah, I also think that we made the semi-final last year. At home, lost it. So I think in a way, we also have that, I mean, I don't feel it, but, I'm sure people are thinking it. It's that like, oh, okay, well, we were here last year.
Yeah.
Like we had that home semi, but we lost. You guys haven't been in a semi-final since 2022. And it was against Sarries at StoneX and you lost. So I'm not saying I'm not trying to like, but like, I think actually, if you look at it, both experiences of the last ones weren't positive for either. Do you know what I mean? So like, actually, I think if you look at it as a fresh slate and be like, this is a game you have to win. Yeah. Then I think like, that's it. Like you should get excited about that.
Yeah,
like you should get excited that I want to play another game of rugby.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm excited about, especially maybe because of my season. I haven't, played a lot. So actually I'm like, no, I want to play another one. I don't want it to end now.
We had Bimber said something at one of our props. She came up with semi-finals are to win and finals are to play.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's knockout. Once it's done, that's it. Your season's gone. But so you have to win this. Yeah. I think people don't understand like semi-finals are just like equally as important, if not more, just to give yourself that chance to get into 100%. The final. Anything can happen on the day. Yeah. But you don't want to risk not getting to that day.
Yeah.
And losing the semi-final, like it feels, because obviously we were there before, it feels like even more of a heartbreak because you're like, God, I wanted that extra game.
Yeah.
and I haven't been able to get to that now. So it just ends. You just go home and then
watch the finals the next 2 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly that.
Or you try not to because you're like, oh, I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly that.
And then you still end up watching it.
No. You definitely would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
love rugby.
Yeah, she loves rugby.
I had a conversation this week about the way that I analyse teams. I often go through what I think they're going to present, but then I focus on like the sub-units that's in front of us. So as the backs, I'll write down each player, their position, where I think their positives are in the game, and also what are pieces that we can get into. And I said to one of the girls, should we challenge people on knowing their sub-unit, opposition sub-unit? Because like you're saying, you've got changes in the teams, whether it be through injury not being picked and knowing what your strengths are, but then also adapting your game to what's in front of you as well. I think when we last played against you guys, we didn't get that quite right. I kind of like a couple of days before, like, actually, this is what the team's come out. We should be going to the edge more because we've got a quicker back line and we can probably get to the edge a little bit more. And then we didn't do that come the game. And not saying that's what now I'm going, this is what we need to do this time. But having played you guys quite recently, we can look back at that game, know the sub-unit in front of you, and then be able to manipulate and adapt whilst the game's going. And I think that's the next level to the game, is not just knowing yourselves, knowing your opposition, and then how to get under their skin.
Ask her what the question was.
Coming for you.
No, ask her what the question was. Was that a statement or was that a question?
Statement.
All right, okay.
It
sounded at the beginning like it was a question.
No, I said to answer your question. To answer your question. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She's always coming for me. It's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right. But I've been practicing my spiral bomb catches.
Have you? What about the really low one straight into your chest?
Don't worry, we've got stuff for you.
Have you?
Yeah. So watch out,
what
sister.
Is it?
Oh, not telling you.
Run at Ellie, she won't tackle you.
Just
Gabby, I'll give you the ball, you run at Ellie.
Go stand on the edge. Yeah. Just run at her.
You won't expect it. Maybe I'll put a spiral up.
Yeah.
Maybe, all right.
We've got lots of forwards that kick, so get ready.
Yeah, don't worry. I'd happily have that. Give us some more ball in the backfield, then you don't have ball in hand.
That's what we're doing anyway.
I can feel the tension.
But Gabby, you've played semi-finals for other teams. How do you find this week has differed from being at Chiefs or being even in your French teams that we haven't even dived into?
Yeah. This is my third semi in this league. It wasn't called PWR before.
What was it called?
What was it called, Gabby?
Well, it was Alliance and then Tyrrell's.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that.
No, you should have heard it earlier. She was like,
Tyrell?
When it was Tyrell.
Yes.
Sounds like an R&B singer.
Yeah, I know. It's like, who's that? Who's that? Shazam.
So yeah, it hasn't differed much, you know. I think it was just a bit of like a check to be like, oh yeah, it's semifinals week. All the pressure was on last night, and you know that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like everyone's stepping up to the plate to not just be good. It's like to be the best they can for the team, and yeah, I can't say much different. I've been in a semifinal position with club and international, and in France, and I don't know. For myself, you don't change much, and even when you guys are talking about the Friday night game, like I'm a very chill person. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is. Like I'm easygoing. So I don't know. It's just like I don't want to say it's just another game, but sometimes that's my mindset, and like that's what works for me.